Alright, so a quick update on my braking system for my Veloster. So I had been looking at the KDM tuners big brake kit. It runs anywhere from just about $1,000 to almost $2,000 depending on what options you get. To me, that's kind of pricey. And I had come across a forum link on velosterturbo.org that talked about doing it yourself. And so after forgetting about it and then seeing it pop up here a couple weeks ago, I decided to take another look at it. So basically, I'll put a link in the description to the thing so you can read it up. But it basically boils down to this. Cadillac, brand new Cadillac calipers, new rotors, brake pads, some wheel spacers that will go behind the rotors, and some wheel spacers to get my clearance in front of the caliper itself, and about $10 worth of hardware. Everything I bought after pricing between Rock Auto and Amazon and other places, I ended up at just under $450 complete in parts. And if you read the forum on velosterturbo.org, there's two ways. There's the way that KTM's kit is, where you modify the caliper about 3.5 mil on the mounting surface to recess the caliper so it centers, which is one way to do it. Or as the Veloster Turbo forum post suggests, or gives you a second option, you can take a set down and have them machined. It costs you whatever your local machine shop's going to run you. Or the second option is putting these 3 mil spacers behind the rotor, which effectively does the same thing as machining down the caliper. I'm going with the shimming behind the rotor, and for the primary reason is I use my car at the track. So if I have a caliper fail and I just need to pick up a caliper, I can run to the parts store, get a caliper, slap it back on the car. If I do the machining method, then I have to take the caliper down, have it machined, or have it rebuilt, and that's a time thing. So for me, this was the best option. You'll have to make that decision on your own, but I highly recommend read through the entire article that's on velosterturbo.org and make the decision based on you. If yours is a daily driver, you're probably not going to wear these calipers out very quickly. You probably won't have a problem with it. Take them down, get them machined, buy them from KDM, whichever is the easiest route for you. But for me, this was the easiest and cheapest. And now the next thing is, I went with the solid rotor for the first time out. The rotors were $50 a piece, so that helped keep my cost down. Like I said, the hardware was under $10 for the whole bag. The brake pads that I got are ceramic pads, and they came with the hardware, and they were $25 for the whole set plus hardware, so that was pretty good. In the article on velosterturbo.org, they have a parts breakdown, which I'll also leave in the description so you can just look through that. But they bought the pads and hardware separately, so pads were about $27, which is weird that it was more expensive going that route. And then the hardware, I think, was like $15. The spacers I found them they're hub-centric, so that's important that you get a hub-centric wheel spacer because you want that to line up. They were $10 for the pair, and then I paid about $25 for the pair of front wheel spacers, 2.5 inch. I'm running stock wheels. That is roughly about what I'm going to need. If I have to send them back or get a different set, I can do that, but at least that's a starting point for me. I will be knocking the studs out of these and putting my ARP studs in to these spacers so that I can run the better lug nuts. So that's that. But so that's just a quick update. It's been raining, so I haven't been able to get out and put this together, but all the parts have finally showed up. They did lose one of my calipers in the mail luckily they were able to find it and get it back. So it took about 2 weeks to get the calipers in. Calipers are going up in price. These are new, not rebuilt. The one was like $160 and the other was $119. Now they're both about $160. If you buy rebuilt from Rock Auto, if you've got cores you can send back, you're looking at about $60 a piece. But then again, you're gonna have to machine them or not machine them on your preference. So that's a quick update on the brakes, and then there will be just a full video or two of the install coming once the weather gets a little less damp. So, all right, well, thanks for watching.